The Hip-Hop Show with Rehmidi and C on Cambridge 105 Radio.
Yeah, boy! I said the hip-hop, the hip-hop, hip-hop. Today, the hop, you don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, indeed. We are locked in on a Wednesday. This is DJ Rehmidi for the Hip-Hop Show on Cambridge 105. It's a very special one today. I'm here with the Mixdat Squad representing hip-hop in Cambridge. We've got Big Dave, Special Edd and Mattie D in the house. Welcome, guys. How you doing?
Good, you?
Good. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you. I mean, me personally, I've only been in Cambridge, not that long. So it's great to connect with people that are actively putting on hip-hop events and, you know, are true hip-hop fans. So like I say, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Thanks for having us as well.
No worries, guys. Now, half the reason we're here, really, I mean, obviously I want to get to know you guys a bit more, but also we are promoting some events that are coming up in October.
Yep.
We've got the Notorious event, which we're going to speak a little bit about with you guys. And there's It's a Brunch event as well. So there's lots going on. Ed, I'll come to you first. Now, I come to visit you at the Notorious event a couple of weeks ago, and I had a great time, so thank you.
My absolute pleasure, and it was good to see you because we'd been talking on Insta for quite a while.
I know, yeah.
Finally good to meet face to face.
It's really one of those, isn't it? It's like, you know, you kind of chat to these faces online, and then, you know, eventually when you do meet, you know, that's when the real sort of connection happens. So that was good. Question going out to all of you guys, really. Let's just start with, how did you all come together?
Oh, mate, we're going back a bit now.
Yeah, definitely going back. These two can start.
I started DJing about 81, 82.
81, 82, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, proper old school.
Yeah.
And I think I first met Mattie at a New Year's Eve do down the Corn Exchange, where we got very, 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 very drunk.
You've got a better memory than me, mate.
Well, yeah.
I mean, me and Dave, I think we linked up first, really. I started DJing, I think it's probably started 84, 85, bought my first decks, my first 1200s in 86.
Nice.
Biked home with them on the handlebars, my BMX. And then got home and realised I didn't have a mixer, but didn't know what a mixer was.
Right, so you had
to bike back into town and go to a shop and try and find out what
you had two decks and didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah, too many wires. Not enough places to put them.
Tandies.
Yeah, went to Tandies, bought myself a realistic mixer. Yeah, 2 up faders, nothing else.
So you guys are all Cambridge. You all grew up in Cambridge?
Yeah.
Tell me, what was Cambridge like in those days, in the 80s? Was there
Actually, it was all right.
It was good.
It was good. It was good.
Good music scene in Cambridge.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, Chris Brown, who DJs on
who's
Saturday night.
Cambridge 105's very own, yeah.
He used to do lots of events in and around Cambridge, and I used to go to most of them.
Yeah, brilliant.
Really good.
He does the funk and soul,
yeah,
right?
He does.
Big shout out to Chris Brown. He's been here a long time.
Yes, he's been doing a Saturday night show for 30 odd years, I think.
Yeah, one of the OGs, one of the legends.
Yeah,
absolutely. So there was him. There was Max Reese as well.
Oh gosh,
Max Reese.
That's a blast from the past.
That's definitely a blast from the past. Yeah, those are the kind of the two.
Oh, Andy Stern as well.
Andy Stern, yes.
Yeah.
Andy
Bob
Stern.
Semple.
Bob Semple. Oh, yes, Bob.
Gosh,
Can't forget Bob.
I suppose these rule like what event DJs, like club DJs.
Yeah.
Because when I first got a pair of 1200s, I was a scratch DJ. That's what I wanted
Brilliant.
to be.
Love
so
that.
I was listening to rap records in the 80s, listening to scratching, and that's what I wanted to do. I had no idea how to do it. I just bought some turntables and thought I'd have a go.
So who would have been your influences at that time? We're going way back to the 80s. Hip-hop DJing is just sort of really kicking off in that era. What sort of artists or DJs were you aspiring to?
DJ Cheese won the 1986, I think it was, DMC Mixing Championships. Blew my mind completely. Cash Money.
Right.
Grandmaster Flash, obviously.
Of course,
Grandmaster Flash,
of course.
pioneer.
Absolutely.
Even going back a bit before then, I mean, I was listening to the scratching on records, but as I say, had no idea how to do it.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I bought a pair of turntables, you just sort of worked it out. You just sort of messed around with it and made some noises and see what worked.
Yeah, sure.
And then, there was only really me, and then sort of one other DJ at that time that was doing scratching. Everyone else, like Dave and they were good party DJs, but that wasn't your thing, was it?
No, not really.
And then we sort of came out
I dabbled.
sort of
I think you'd
86,
say.
87 scratching, which was like a mad thing at a house party if you had someone scratching.
Yeah,
You'd get round the
absolutely,
decks
yeah.
And watch what was going on. And
Sure.
so I think between the people in Cambridge that were playing at the time, there was a really good mix of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And although you know we're up the road from, we weren't that far behind what was going on in London and in the cities. We really weren't, you know. And of course there was other
And
influences
London-
coming
yeah,
in from
Londoners-
London as
Londoners
well.
will
Like
come
Tonka
in.
would come in
Yeah.
and Dex would come
Londoners
here.
will come in.
You know, and there was other DJs that came to Cambridge and
Sure.
they brought what they did with them as well. So we learned a bit off them.
Right. Sounds like a good scene.
There was loads of house parties going on, loads of warehouse parties, and every weekend there was a house somewhere with a big sound system and a pair of decks in.
Brilliant.
And I think for me that was the era. So these two definitely started before me.
Right,
I
right.
moved to Cambridge 91
Okay.
from Ghana.
Yeah.
And I was very new, absolutely new, and I remember going. So the first out of the group, the first person I actually met was he doesn't remember this, but it's Marshy. He's not here. He's the fourth person within the
Mixdat Squad. Yeah.
So I went to this event that he had, and I was just blown away by just the sheer kind of technicality that he had.
Sure.
And how he was controlling the crowd.
Right.
Mark,
A crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
So was he scratching and stuff as well, or? Yeah. Brilliant.
Yes,
Brilliant. Yeah.
So I was like, wow, this guy, I need to meet him.
Right.
We didn't actually get to meet until years later because obviously being here, my mom was like, focus on your studies.
Sure.
Studies.
Yeah.
So I did my studies, went to uni in Leicester, and then it was Leicester that I actually really got into the DJing properly.
Nice.
Because we started a student radio up there.
Oh, cool.
And I came back to Cambridge, and that's when I then started getting involved with these guys.
Brilliant.
Properly then.
We're going to find out a lot more about these guys, the Mixdat Squad. Let's get into our first tune, I think. It's only right that we play something by Notorious B.I.G. Should we do it?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Stay locked, Cambridge 105. I'm here with the Mixdat Squad. Let's go. Oh, yeah, Smooth Operator there by Big Daddy Kane, released in 1989. We were just talking about the 80s. Welcome back. You're here, locked into the hip-hop show on Cambridge 105 Radio with Rehmidi, and I'm with the Mixdat Squad, representing hip-hop and R&B around Cambridge. I'm going to go to you, Mattie D. You were just talking about sort of the route that hip hop has taken from the 80s, crossing over to the 90s, and that incorporation of, sort of soul and disco samples like the one we just heard, and sort of the R&B feel as well. Tell me a little bit more about that, your understanding, your knowledge of that.
Yeah, I think in the 80s, obviously in the 80s, rappers were using breaks. That goes right back to the very beginnings of rap, in the 70s.
DJ Cool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, African Bambaataa.
That's the absolute origins of rap right there. I think in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, that sampling became such a big thing, and there was these record labels were out there grabbing samples from all sorts of things, disco, funk,
Absolutely.
And really incorporating that. And I think that's really, for me, why the 90s is such an interesting time. In the 80s, rap was relatively similar. Everything was sort of the same, like I said earlier, apart from maybe Rakim and a couple of artists. Rap was really quite the same. Then in the 90s, it just diversified out massively.
Yeah.
You had these record labels, a lot of black-owned record labels, bringing them a lot of money in and giving these artists an opportunity to be able to do their thing.
Absolutely.
More technology, more influence, more knowledge.
Indeed.
Brought in a lot more stuff, and I just think that for me was when it really became interesting. That's why I like, and then the collaboration with R&B artists as well. The likes of 112.
Yeah,
Mary J, all of these sort of people.
Your event is called Notorious. It's kind of fitting in a way, because if we think about Bad Boy Records and Puff Daddy back in that time, he was kind of that guy, that innovator for all those sort of R&B collaborations at that time.
And the sampling.
And the sampling, yeah.
I don't think at the time Bad Boy were given enough recognition for what they do. If you look back on what Bad Boy created as a record label now, Bad Boy Family as a record label now, they were massive. And some of the artists that they brought through as well, the likes of Jay-Z and people like that.
Indeed.
You know, you didn't recognise it at the time. But now looking back on it, it's huge what they created.
And the thing for me with P. Diddy was that not only did he have this empire, so to speak, but he was also remixing a lot of stuff. And, you know, everyone was looking for the, you know, Puff Daddy remix. Song to come.
It was party tunes of the era, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Along with the videos and the shiny suits, but it was the thing of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you knew that if you dropped a Bad Boy tune in a set somewhere in a club, chances are it's going to go off.
It was a real turning point, actually, when B.I.G. sadly passed away, because if I'm not mistaken, Puff Daddy tried to kind of do that shiny suit thing on purpose to sort of change that direction of hip hop, which is interesting. You know, a bit more commercialization, and with the incorporation of Mace and people like that, it really did start to sound different. More sort of party songs that you can play at these type of
without
events.
a shadow of a doubt. I mean, you know, we could go back to the East Coast West Coast thing. That's a conversation for another day. But the contrast between what was happening with Suge Knight and what was happening with Death Row, compared to what was happening with Puffy, you know. But again, there was a massive contrast. But for me personally, that's why I like that era, because you know, within one genre of music, there was such a massive, you know, amount of diversity in what they were doing.
Yeah, and you could have the underground sound, and then you could also have the real party, club sound as well.
Puff Daddy needs his props because he just nailed both of those sort of vibes, didn't he?
He did. He did.
He did. Yeah.
Now, you guys are obviously Cambridge-based. We've spoken a lot about US hip-hop and R&B. Are there any sort of UK artists that you've sort of looked up to over the years, or anything that you're sort of looking out for now?
I've always rated McLean.
Okay.
I think McLean's wicked. Yeah,
Essex-based, I believe.
I was actually lucky enough to have him perform at my wedding as well.
Wow, nice. Yeah.
I think that tune "Broken" that he done. Well, in actual fact, every tune he's ever released, I think, has been fantastic. I really rate him as a UK singer. I really do. I think he doesn't get enough recognition. Sure.
We've got Skinny Man actually coming through to Cambridge in a couple of weeks at the Cambridge Junction. So I'm definitely going to go and check him out as well.
Yeah.
It's still nice, you know, we're getting these people coming through to Cambridge as well. However, that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about Notorious, Saturday the 15th of October at 2648.
It's
Dave, do you want to talk a bit about that?
Well, no, it's just a night. Matthew and Ed came up with the idea of the night and made a couple of phone calls, and we started doing it. I mean, it's good quality music throughout the night.
Absolutely.
We try and make sure everybody has a good time.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
You know,
It came from something we used to, didn't it? The original idea was from the old school hip-hop jams that we did back in the late 80s.
what Secadel?
The Secadel, we used to do this thing called the old school hip-hop jams years ago. And so me and Dave had a conversation about, look, let's start doing something like that again. And the old school hip-hop thing, we didn't think would...
No.
We just didn't think there was a big enough crowd for the old school hip-hop. I mean, like proper.
I mean, how is the Cambridge crowd these days? I mean, I had a great time. There was a good crowd down there when we went to 2648. A nice venue down there as well.
Great venue.
Yeah, no, the venue-wise, it's when we discussed it was the only place I could think of that was suitable. So I remember Matty and I going to have a look, and as soon as he saw it, like, crowd-wise, I mean, 90s stuff still works on the younger crowd because that's what they're still hearing, and
it's timeless.
Being sampled over and over again.
Sure.
So the crowd, to be perfectly honest, younger than we expected, because we thought, you know, we'll be able to grab some of our era. But let's be honest, we're all, you know,
too
family.
old.
Not even just the age, but we've also got
commitments,
other commitments and stuff.
Yeah,
so every now and then, you know, our age group or our peers will roll in, you know, support us and but
good.
The ones that stay pretty much the die-hard ones that know the music and love the music, and the mixture is good for us as well. The mixture is good for us because we can then transcend, the early 90s, and and sometimes similar to what we're discussing, I'll then play a new song that has sampled an old one.
Exactly. I mean, when we look
For
at this
that
DJ
occasion.
Clue tune that we've got lined up, we're going to play a bit later. I mean, that's very sample is in the charts again now.
Yes.
With I think it's Big Lato or someone like that, like the Mariah Carey type thing. So
That's
it, Lato, Big Energy. That's it. Yeah,
Big
yeah.
Energy, yes.
Big Energy, yeah.
So you often find these sort of real famous loops. They do get recycled, as the years go on, don't they? But there you go.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, younger people, as you say, have either heard these songs in the background when they're in the car on a CD or somewhere there and they've heard them playing, or they've heard the original sample or a later version, and that's why they recognise a lot of the songs that they recognise. But like Ed said, I think it goes across so many generations. I mean, my son's 24 and he listens to some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I know people my age, I'm 52, and I know people my age and above listen to this stuff. So it stretches right across.
Of course.
It's got a following sort of right across all age groups.
Indeed. I mean, you spoke about Grandmaster Flash earlier. That's, the seed of hip hop was planted over 40 years ago. So you've got all those generations that have been following this movement, really. So yeah, it is nice to sort of play around with that.
When you mentioned Grandmaster Flash, on Saturday I was DJing, and I kid you not, she probably would have been in her 20s.
Yeah.
Came and asked for Grandmaster Flash, and I had to take a second look. It's like,
How do you know about this?
I played it, but it was a nice shock.
It's nice.
So
Speaking of the old school, in terms of songs, in terms of the technology, I mean, you're speaking a little bit about turntables and stuff. Do you still find that it's important to preserve the way that you DJ?
So,
is this a conversation? Have I brought something? Have I unravelled a can of worms here?
Yeah,
Just a little
It's got
bit.
more than two buttons. I can't do anything with it.
Right.
All right. I play with vinyl and I play with turntables.
Good for you, Dave.
These lads have all
Matty.
moved on. Serato and laptops and all this sort of stuff. I just can't do
how,
it.
how many records do you carry around, Matthew?
Too many.
How heavy are they?
Too heavy.
You turn up with a laptop, mate. You've
I
got
know, a
thousands
USB stick. And
So is this an argument among the group?
Well, we used turntables.
we use
for-
turntables, but I think
so I can use vinyl.
that's one reason, but also it adds the authenticity of it as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, I was really impressed
Exactly.
when I came
you
and I
come
saw.
in and you see turntables,
Yeah.
people are like, "Wow, these guys mean business."
Those decks are like over 30 years old now, I think, as well.
Still going strong.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
they're still going.
They're still going. No, they're going strong. They're going strong. They're absolute work.
We spoke a little bit, guys, about the East versus West. So let's go over to the West, and then we'll hear from you guys a bit more. And actually, we've got our Who Sampled game coming up as well. Stay locked. Let's
Can't
do
wait.
it. Oh, yes. Snoop Doggy Dogg, Who Am I, from 1993. Classic tune from a classic album. I'm here with the Mixdat Squad representing hip-hop events all around Cambridge. Ed, I'm going to come to you.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of events coming up.
Yes,
Let's start off. We've spoken a little bit about the notorious one, which I came to... I had a great time, actually, the last time. On the 15th of October.
Yeah.
But we've also got... During the day, I believe.
Yes.
On the 29th.
29th.
Talk to me about that.
So that's the Halloween special. It's a brunch. It's our second time at Novi. The last one, great response, great crowd, and the management were happy, so they got us back. And we thought, because it's the 29th of October, let's make it a Halloween theme. So anyone that's coming, if you feel the need to dress up, please do. But food, as usual, great place, great venue.
Nice. Yeah, I did miss that one last time, but I'll be sure to
And
check
games,
it out.
yes, and we've got games and
There we go. Yeah, nice. Live DJs, games and entertainment.
yeah,
Always good fun.
always good fun. Yes.
Oh, bottomless drink, 1 hour.
Yes.
In the town.
Yeah.
That's naughty.
That's I know. It is, but the response from everyone that came to the last one was amazing.
Brilliant.
So we thought, you know what, let's just do it again.
There you go. Nice. So from 1 p.m. till 6.
Yes, that's
and
right.
then the guys can head straight over to 2648 almost on the same day.
So no, it's La Raza. Sorry, on the same day afterwards from 10 p.m. we're at La Raza.
Perfect.
So literally, you could spend the whole day in Cambridge
There you go.
with
Yeah,
us.
Listening to Ed DJ.
It's National Ed Day.
Exactly.
Ed's Day.
Yes.
From
Scary
here, from
moment.
this day forth, it shall be known
Yeah.
as.
It will be.
Yes. Every 29th Halloween.
We get enough people, we can turn it into a bank holiday.
Yeah, if it's not scary enough, then.
All right, guys. Brilliant. So, guys, listeners, make sure you get down to Novi Bar on the 29th for Issa Brunch, the Halloween style. You can dress up, do your thing. And then we've got Notorious on the 15th. So much going on. But you guys have got your Instagram there as well.
Yeah, we've got Instagram. So there's an Issa Brunch Instagram, Notorious 90 Instagram. There's the Mixdat Instagram, DJ Special Ed Instagram. You basically just follow one and you'll find the rest.
All
of it.
the info is there. All the info is there.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Now, guys, we're going to move on to a new section of the show called Who Sampled. We were talking. Mattie's not happy, but he's worried. He's worried. So pop your headphones on, guys.
Okay.
And make sure that you can hear. Dave, I guess you'll just have to sense what's being played.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we haven't got
I use my old-time
third
Jedi
set.
powers.
Can you hear what's going on so far? Okay, all sounding good. I might turn you guys up a little bit. If not, we'll work at it another way. It's fine.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the jingle first. I've got a jingle for this. Let's go. Okay, yeah. We're back. So that was our jingle. It wasn't part of the game, unfortunately, Matty. But what we're going to do is I'm going to play you guys some original tunes. Could be funk, soul, jazz, whatever. And it's your... what you have to do is guess the hip-hop song that sampled these originals.
Okay.
Okay. Shall I do it like per person? I can give you two each, or do you just want to do it as a squad?
Let's do it as a squad.
Throw it at us.
All
Throw it
right.
as a squad.
Okay. So the first Who Sampled goes like this.
Tribe Called Quest, wasn't it?
Yes.
I haven't even got it.
Something happening.
Can I Kick It? Tribe Called Quest.
There you go.
My
Okay.
Jedi mind powers.
Okay. Ed has gone with Tribe Called Quest. Can I Kick It? Matty?
Now you're asking.
Do you know what? I know someone else as well. I do. I swear I know someone else as well, and I can't think who it is. Is his answer right?
It's not.
It's
Sorry,
not.
Ed. Sorry, Ed. They might have used a section of it. I mean, who am I to say? But it's not what I was going for.
Go on, hit us with it.
Any other guess? Okay, here's going to be what it sampled. Here we are. So this is the hip-hop song.
If man is the father, the son is the
Hey, there you go, there you go. Yeah,
Yes.
Public Enemy,
Public
He
Enemy.
Got
It's a
Game.
90s song.
Yes.
It's not a 90s song. It doesn't count.
It's a 90s song.
It is a 90s song.
It is a 90s
From the
Public
film,
Enemy.
from the movie, He Got
He
Game.
Got Game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the original there was For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Bad.
All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm sure you guys are going to get this.
You had so
Be
much faith in
confident,
us.
be confident.
You had so much faith in us the first time. So
Yeah.
second time lucky. Let's
All
go.
right, here's Who's Sample number 2.
Oh, that's easy. I know what it is, though. It's clearly from the Bad Boy.
Yeah, from that camp.
Yeah.
Go on then, hit me with it.
So it is.
No pressure.
Well, it's, the tune is Diana Ross.
Okay, 1 point. 1 point.
It's Mace.
Is it Mace? Yeah. It's from Bad Boy, but I don't know if it is Mace.
Mace.
It is Mace.
Is Mace.
You going with Mace?
I'm going to go with Mace because Dave says so.
Mace is involved. I'm going to give you a clue.
Oh, okay.
Shall I hit you with it?
And I can remember the
A little dance.
Go on then.
Biggie's in it as well.
Okay, we're getting somewhere, Dave. We're
Yeah.
getting somewhere.
And I ain't
So
even
was
got
it the Bad Boy
headphones.
family?
It's the Bad Boy fan. It's
Bad Boy
Biggie.
family.
We've got Biggie
Yeah.
featuring Mace, and the name of the song for the extra point.
Oh my god, now you got me. See, I can go to my laptop and find it straight away.
Exactly. Don't know.
Oh, hold on.
Come on, Ed.
Look, there's three of us here. With
I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds.
Yeah, but there's 3 of us here and 2 of us got
I'm coming out.
no,
That's the original.
that's the original.
I thought the original was I'm coming out.
Yeah.
The original's I'm Coming Out.
Coming
I'm
Out.
looking for the hip hop song.
Don't know.
All right, Biggie and Mace. It is More Money, More Problems.
Say stupid title to a song.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's actually disgraceful.
It's shocking.
It is disgraceful because
Okay.
I could even
We'll have
picture
one
the
more.
video, and that's how bad it is.
Yeah, that wasn't that with the shiny suit.
Yeah. It's like it was filmed inside a cheese grater.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you've got 1 point
1
so
point.
far. All right, let's move on to who sampled number 3.
Well, I got a woman.
Kanye West's.
Oh, yeah.
Kanye West is correct.
Kanye West's. She did my money. 'Cause I'm a gold digger. That's it.
He's done it. He's done it. Here it is. Here it is.
It's all right. I'm just sitting in his ear.
Absolutely saved that reputation. Because I hadn't got a clue. I actually thought he played the wrong song.
No.
And I hadn't even got headphones, and I said it
Fantastic.
very quietly.
Here it
so
is,
I
Gold
got
Digger. We got
pressure.
Gold Digger right here.
Now I ain't saying she a gold
About the
digger.
only
That's
decent
the
song
one.
he's ever done.
That's harsh.
Come on, that's hard.
Through the Wire was good.
Through the Wire was good.
Through the Wire.
Through the Wire. I love
That was a good one. We
Everything
played
after
that.
that
Actually.
wasn't much good, but Through the Wire was good.
All right, I've got a few more in me.
Go on then.
Okay. Let's
Here we go.
for it.
Ed's got some confidence in him.
Here's
now.
the next one.
Yeah.
Find myself awaiting.
I mean, this part is irrelevant now. It's really, it's really
I'm sitting at the beginning.
that beginning
Ed,
part.
it's
Yeah.
on you, mate. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Or should we pass?
If it's any consolation, my co-host C was not that much better.
I'm glad.
Yeah. That makes us feel really good. No, it doesn't. Pass on that one.
No, I mean you did mention them earlier, Ed. Actually, that's my little clue.
Yeah, I know. No, the thing I can actually pick.
He slept since then.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh,
Yes, Eaton.
See, the problem is
It
as
helps
well.
you put the headphones on as well.
hold on.
No, because then I can hear
No,
it.
it doesn't help me put the head.
doesn't
I've got them on. It doesn't help me.
What is it? Daylight.
I know the song, but it's just.
It's in there somewhere.
in there.
I'm going to hit you with it. Here it is.
Do I love you? Do I love you?
Yes.
Am I a sinner because I do the two? Can you let me know
Bonita.
right now, please?
Bonita Applebaum, A Tribe Called
Tribe Called
Quest. There you go.
This is Tribe Called Quest. Don't rate them.
Here we go.
I know the tune, but I don't rate Tribe Called Quest on the three.
Oh, Matty.
No, I'm sorry. I know this.
I thought we were friends.
Listen. You know when you just listen to a group or an artist and you just really want to connect with them, you want to have a thing, you know, you want to feel them. And I've never ever managed to do a Tribe Called Quest. I just can't do it.
Interesting.
Really?
Just can't. I'm sorry, it's just one of them. Tribe Called Quest and Busta Rhymes.
You just.
Such a weirdo.
I know. Right?
I'm with you there, Dave. I'm with you there.
Thank you.
So in that case, you would not love Scenario then, the remix especially, because that's both of them. Tune.
Oh, yeah, Tribe and Buster on the same
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
on the
yeah.
same track.
That's
On the same track.
Oh,
my worst nightmare,
Matty,
mate.
you'll spontaneously combust.
I will.
So if you are planning to go to Notorious, there'll be no Buster Rhymes.
Oh, there will be.
There will be.
No, there will be.
There
There
I'll
will
be at the
be.
bar at that point.
There will be.
Okay, I've got one more for you guys.
Come on, boys, we've got to do this.
You've got to do it.
Let's do it.
Do it for Cambridge, guys. Come on. All
Let's
right.
go.
Here's our last Who Sampled.
Oh my god, this is one of my favourite tunes ever. Mate, I could give you a million people. But what I will tell you first of all, and we've only heard that much of it, my favourite ever R&B tune in the whole world from my favourite ever R&B artist in the whole world, Mario Winans, I Don't Wanna Know.
Okay. Yeah,
The song's
yeah,
by
yeah.
Inya.
No, but he's talking about the hip hop version.
But you do that. I'm just telling you that my favourite ever
Well,
R&B
I'll
tune.
tell you what, you are semi-correct because that did
That is
sample
he
this
did
as well.
sample, yes.
Yeah.
Marijuana did
But you've
sample.
got another one
Yes,
in mind, right, Ed?
It's been
the
sampled by
Fugees,
yeah,
Ready or Not.
Fugees, yeah.
Well done, there we
It's
go.
been
Here it
sampled
is.
by-
Fuji's Ready or Not.
Mario Winans' version is better.
And
That
Club,
is
and Club
by
M
far
was the
my
back-to-back
favourite ever
mix.
R&B tune.
That was
There
the
you go.
back-to-back mix. I'll play that and then.
Exactly.
I know, right?
It's a
I
good
know,
mix,
right?
though.
It's a good mix.
It works.
It
Yeah, but
works.
the place is full of Americans. So they
Yes, they loved it. They loved
they've
it.
got no idea, have they, really?
Here it is, Ready or Not with Fuji's.
Yeah, banging tune.
Yes.
Not as good as Mario Winans. What an artist. Again, another bad boy artist.
Yes, another bad
Fantastic.
boy.
All right, I think we should let this one. Should we just let this one play out?
Yeah,
why not?
All right, stay locked on Cambridge 105, the Hip Hop Show with Rehmidi. I'm here with the Mixdat Squad. I like it. There we go. DJ Clue with That's the Way, featuring Mace and Little Kim. Before that, we heard Ready or Not by the Fugees. I'm here with the Mixdat Squad. Doing big things around Cambridge, promoting some events that are coming up, some hip-hop events that you guys can go and check out in October. Notorious and Issa Brun. I'd say I'm with the Mixdat Squad, but they're not all here, Ed, are they?
No, there's much bigger crew as well. So I think the first person we need to shout out has to be DJ Marshy.
DJ Marshy, big shout out.
He is our hip-hop head, and I think if he was here, we would have had every sample correct.
Yeah. Sure.
So shout out to Marshy.
As long as he had a set of headphones, of course.
Yeah. If he had a set of headphones.
So we blame him for not being here.
Actually, yeah, that's it.
Performance in that part of the
It's
show.
funny you say that. I mean, you've answered my next question. I was going to say, which of you is the hip-hop encyclopedia? So
Marshy.
That's him? Okay.
Marshy.
Let's get him on next time.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
make sure.
And then shout going out to Sean DJ, my partner in crime. So most of my posts out there, you probably see me and Sean posing.
Yeah,
Can't miss
absolutely.
Sean.
Yeah,
And you can't miss
Smile.
Sean. He's got the biggest smile.
Yeah,
out
he
of
has
the
indeed,
group.
yeah.
So he's the smiler of the group.
Sure.
And then you've also got Dom, DJ DC, who's part of the group. He normally does the second Saturday of each month at 2648.
Nice.
And then you've got Taz, who's just very new to the group as well, but picking up the ropes slowly.
I mean, I don't know who wrote these questions. It must be production team or something, but it says here, when can DJ Rehmidi play? That's just what it says. I mean, I don't write these questions, you know what I mean? It's just what it says.
That's good researching group you got there.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
You actually, funny enough, your name has come up in our discussion.
Hey, there we go.
So, to be announced shortly.
Hey, no pressure. I just wanted to throw it out there, you know what I mean?
No.
It's out there.
And it's well received.
Yeah.
It's well received.
No, I appreciate it. Big love. This is the thing, you know, there's a small hip-hop community in Cambridge, and it seems like we look out for each other.
Yes.
Which is nice to see.
Try to.
Cool. All right, there we go. It's just about that time, really. I mean, is there anything else that you want to plug or you want to discuss, or any tunes that you want to just throw down as we go into our outro of the show tonight?
No tunes, but I think for me it's great you've had us on here.
My pleasure.
I love my brothers. They have been inspiration. They have been motivation, and this man here speaks his voice.
Dave's welling up over there. He's welling up.
Exactly. He's the emotional.
He's the emotional character of the group.
Exactly. So he's the emotional, and Matty will tell you like it is.
Yeah, I was going to say careful, H. How you describe me here.
He will tell you like it is, and basically we're just one big family. We love what we do,
Yeah.
and that's what.
Are we happy though?
We are.
Yeah, absolutely.
we
Are you happy? Are you all right over there?
Dave, are you happy?
This is what we're trying. What we're doing is we're bringing in music that we love.
Yeah.
Into an environment that people can come and enjoy it, and that's what we're trying to achieve. You know, we're just trying to bring something that we're passionate about, and hopefully bring those people in and say, listen, this is what we're doing. Why don't you come and enjoy it with us?
Absolutely, share that passion. And there's people out there that receive it well as well. And there's definitely a gap, isn't there? I mean, I don't really see anyone else doing hip hop and R&B around Cambridge at the moment. There may be a few. I mean, maybe I'm ignorant.
Not like us, and there's not bragging, because we wanted to do this because of the lack of it, but also I do a few events around Cambridge, and there is nothing as unique as we do at Notorious. You know,
I agree.
We've stuck to a particular genre, a particular era of the music, and this is us. This is us.
Hip hop, R&B, little bits of dancehall in there as well.
Yes. The last time, I had to throw in the 90s dancehall because there was a request for it, and
Right.
As you can imagine, the roof went off.
And when
Absolutely.
when Matty goes home early, maybe a little bit of UK garage.
UK garage as well.
Naughty. Okay.
Don't tell me about this.
I mean, it all falls under that kind of umbrella, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're related.
It's about that era of
Yeah.
time. That's what it's really about. It's about encapsulating that period of time, the music of that time
in
that's
the
what's
UK.
important to us, yeah.
In the
Absolutely.
UK, and UKG is part of what was that movement
Absolutely.
at that time. So yeah.
Well, why don't we finish on this dancehall track? I mean, Ed, I came to watch you guys at the Notorious event, and I remember when you did drop this one actually, and the roof did go off.
Yes.
It was well received. So let's go with an old dancehall classic here, and I guess we're going to sign out. It's been a pleasure to have you guys on the show, and I hope to have you again. Bring some more of your
Yeah,
squad.
next time we'll fill this place up.
There you go.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Jason.
worries.
Appreciate it.